Yeah.
Oh, we.
Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us. K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook.
All right, how you guys doing today? This is Tuesday Nights on Deck. I'm Big B, host. Tim hopefully will be back next week. He had something going on that he kind of forgot about today. So we wishing Tim the best. Nothing serious. I think it's a little get together. Dirk, how you doing today, bud?
Hey, what's up, Big B? Still chilling here in Dallas, Texas. Cheering on my Mets and also my Rangers. The young Rangers. I did go see a game this week and in the stadium and saw Joey Gallo hit two. I don't know if I called them bombs, that would be undescribing it. But
yeah, that guy can hit.
Ready for some baseball, man. It's we're getting into the dog days of summer now. And, getting close to the midseason, getting close to the All-Star Classic. It's going to start happening now. This is when us baseball fans really get going.
Yeah, exactly. It's getting close to the midseason point. So, well, before we get to our topics, Chris, do you got that clip I sent you that we can? This is something I just saw right before we went on. Sent it to Chris. If it's ready, Chris, can we please roll it?
Yeah, it's loading. Just
okay. So what this is, Dirk, is and our viewers is a clip of a sportsmanship, which I think should be done. I believe it's a high school kid. He just came back from brain surgery, first at bat. The catcher stops the game.
I saw that today.
Yes. Yeah, so I got the clip here. Chris is loading
it. Awesome.
Chris, let me know once it's ready. We'll break in and play it. But that's the way the game should be. The catcher shakes his hand. The whole team, the opposing team, comes out and shakes his hand. The whole field clears up. I think the ump even shakes the hand. So it's something baseball needs. Sports in general needs it. And I just wanted to give a shout out to the kid and the person that's videotaping it. I didn't get the name of who sent it or what Twitter it was off of. So, but anyways, when Chris is ready with that, he'll send it. So Dirk, you talked about going to the game, saw your Rangers. Let's break down your Rangers and your Mets this past week. How'd they do?
Well, I'll do the Rangers first. They're a very young team, but they got some players on that team. And surprisingly, the Rangers pitching is pretty good. They're in the top portion of the American League. So this week, they went through a bad stretch at most of June, but I think they turned the corner a little bit. They took 2 out of 4 from Toronto and swept the Royals. Royals aren't very well.
They're Thank you, by the way, for doing that.
Yeah, but it's, the Rangers beat who you can beat. And they're showing some promise. Their young players are doing well. I think they can make a run and get close to 500. But the trade deadline's coming up, okay? And I went to a game on Saturday. I saw Kyle Gibson pitch, your guy.
Yep.
That dude is pitching out of his mind. He hasn't lost a game. He had 10 strikeouts in 7 innings, gave up 2 hits, and sadly, but good for him, but for the Rangers, he's going to be trade bait. And I would absolutely love to see him plug in right into the Mets, number 3, number 4 starter. You know, he's the ace. He's an all-star. I'm pretty sure he'll be an all-star.
Oh yeah.
Good pitcher. The Rangers, some of these players you may not have heard of. The first one is a 28-year-old rookie, very similar to the way Nelson Cruz came into the major leagues.
Okay.
He was highly drafted. He was like a first-round draft pick. He's from Cuba. Okay, so when you say baseball in Cuba, it's almost always good, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Adolis Garcia.
Okay.
20 home runs, 50-some RBIs, 275 batting average, Gold Glove center field. You know, he's the star of the Young Rangers this season. He came out of nowhere because he's bounced through a few teams, but it took him a while, you know. The guy, he's strong. You know, 450-foot home run for him, no big deal, you know. And he's one of the young stud Rangers. Another guy I love on the Rangers, he doesn't get all-star consideration because he doesn't hit home runs, but Isaiah Kiner Falefa. That dude is a shortstop. He is, you know, he's a 280 hitter. He's got a little pop now. Okay, here we go with that video.
Yeah, here's that clip.
Yeah, you guys watch this. This is awesome. This is why I love baseball.
It's just a short 15-second clip, I think. Hopefully it comes up.
Yeah. And these guys are like 14 or 15.
Yeah, I think the kid that's batting is 14.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about the delay here, guys. If it's not going to work, Chris, that's fine.
I got it up, but it's not playing for me.
It's not playing. Okay.
All right. We can
what I would do is Google or YouTube 14-year-old or baseball sportsmanship. You guys can see it.
First at bat coming off a brain injury.
I'll put it in the
It'll
comments.
pull up.
Yeah, put it in the comments there, Chris. And also, before we get back to Dirk's Rangers, if you look at the comments there, guys, Coast to Coast Network is doing a giveaway through the month of July. Anybody that subscribes to our YouTube channel will be entered into a free drawing for some goodies. We'll draw the name on the 31st, last day of the month. So it is kind of playing now. You can't really see it. So Chris, you can go ahead and pull that down. So yeah, I would just YouTube that and Google it. It came out. I saw it like 13 hours ago. I actually was on my feed here recently. So Dirk, you were talking about the Rangers a little bit.
Okay, IKF, Isaiah Kiner Falefa, shortstop. He's been on the club for like 3+ years, and this is a guy every team wants to have. He has played every position on the field.
That kind of guy.
He was catcher pretty regularly. He'd play first base. He played outfield. He's a gamer, you know, effort, 100%. Fun fact with him, his first professional home run was as a Ranger. He never hit a home run in the minors. He never hit a home run in high school or anything.
Oh, this is the guy you're talking about last week, I think it was. Okay.
Yeah. And he's got, you know, he's worked out. He's got some pop now. He's got 6 home runs. So he'll end up with 12 to 15. Hits a lot of doubles. I think he's second or third in the American League in stolen bases. The dude plays lights out shortstop. He won the Gold Glove last year as a third baseman. And so when Elvis left, he naturally slid over because I think shortstop is his position. And he makes some unbelievable. His throw to the first baseman is right here every time, no matter where he threw it from. He's an amazing player. and Joey Gallo's doing what Joey Gallo does. High on base percentage, low batting average, monstrous home runs, awesome defense in right field. He's really good. And, the Rangers are sort of in a rebuilding mode, so you want to, they're in a mode where they may want to trade some good players for prospects. But with Garcia and Gallo, they're 27 and 28. They're young. Why would you trade that? They got there's a lot of the Rangers second baseman, Nick Solak. Okay, he's like 25. He's a good infielder. Has some pop. He's in a little bit of a slump now, but the other day he had a couple hits. They rested him for a few days. Just, called up a guy from the minors, let him think about it. Because last year he had a good year, young, but he's a guy that could go. They got Nick Lowe at first base. They got him from Tampa Bay last year. He's a 270 hitter, 20 home runs, good defense. He's 26 years old, 27. They got a core of players, and if they just make the right trades or something like KG, Kyle Gibson, of course, me being a Mets fan, I would love to see him on the Mets, but he's pitching great. He's a good pitcher. It's funny, his first start of year, he got like one out and gave up 7 runs in the first inning. Ever since then, he's lights out. So his ERA is skewed, even though it's like 2.10, and if the Rangers he's 32, 33 years old. Okay. Get some prospects from him, trade him to a contender, get some prospects for him. I think for the Rangers, their arrow is definitely up. John Daniels is the general manager. They got Chris Young came in and run the baseball operations and things and help out with GM. I think they're looking good, if they make a run at 500 this year, I wouldn't be surprised. And, they're a young team, though. They're going to have 2 weeks good, 2 weeks bad,
All right. Well, that's good to hear. Before I get to my Twins and you go back to your Yankees there, hi, Christina Wilson. Thanks for joining. James, thanks. I guess I know we're a baseball show, but Guinness in the basketball game, I guess, went down with a nasty leg injury, so we wanted to send our prayers to him. We don't want to see anybody get hurt.
What happened?
I'm just reading leg injuries popping up everywhere now. So if anybody's got more information, that'd be great. I know we're a baseball show, but
he went down hard. I saw a video on it.
Okay.
He went down.
Oh my God.
They said he walked off the bench though with a major limp. So hopefully everything's okay. So
he'll be back.
James chimes in. Garcia is amazing. He plays like Pudge without the flair. So yeah, that's a good comparison, I guess there. So
James, exactly.
Yeah,
he does have flair, but he doesn't promote himself. He's a very humble guy.
Twins, they've seemed to have a couple good weeks lately. They're 3-10 the past week. They're right now getting beat by the White Sox, which we did not need to happen, but it's still early. Bottom of 5, I think, or 6, down 7-2. So hopefully they bounce back. They're just dealing with the injuries. It sounds like they're the same as the Rangers. They'll have a good couple weeks. They'll have an off couple weeks. Right now, there's only one All-Star I see on the team, even though he's not listed. It should be Cruz, but it's not right now. So maybe he'll get in if Buxton doesn't. So I know each team has to be representative. Mm-hmm. I see the teams. I see the Twins being a seller at the trade deadline here, probably the next couple weeks. I would not be surprised if Mr. Cruz is the first one gone, followed by maybe Barrios. I think I saw something that the Yankees or the Cardinals, that's what it was, we're talking with the Twins about Barrios. So that's what I see with my Twins.
Interrupt. Just who do you think Nelly would go to. It's definitely not a National League team because he'd have to play the outfield.
Yeah, no,
Well, who did
it'd
he
probably
go
be
to? I was
it'd
trying to
probably be
think of
American
that.
League team. I'd hate to say, but I know Devil Rays were linked to him earlier in the offseason that they wanted him, so that could be a fit. Boston, you know, who knows? I don't want to see him go, but you know, Twins at this time are sellers, so those
If
would be
you
my
get-
two options.
If you get a couple of, top 50, even top
Yeah,
100
I would say we would
prospects
get a
for him,
couple. I
do
would
it.
say we get a couple B to C prospects.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay, Derek, how about your Mets there?
Okay, is everybody sitting down? Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Somebody scored on Jacob deGrom.
Yeah, I saw he got lit up.
Yeah, 2 runs. And
Yeah.
yet he got a hit, and he's still hitting over 400. The Mets won the game. He didn't get the win. My Mets. Okay, Stroman been pitching great. Had a little bit of a hip soreness, and this is something I want to touch on for a minute. And when I get done yakking about the Mets, they pulled him off. They said no big deal. MRI, he's good. Skip a start. Taijuan Walker keeps pitching great. Peterson has been up and down. The young guy, Joey Lucchesi, after a rough start, he's got like 5 starts in a row with less than 2 runs in each start. Boom. Boom, out for the year. Elbow. Damn it. And stuff like that. The Mets are starting to get some of their regulars back in. Conforto came in last week, played a big part in a win. Lindor is hitting now. I think he's finally found his niche. He's making big plays, hitting the ball. Pete Alonso's got, I think he's up to 13 or 14 home runs. He's been getting hits and collecting RBIs. Brandon Nimmo may be back tomorrow for center field. Okay. And he's a key piece to that. On the other side, Guillermo Villar, I get him and Pilar mixed up. He's been playing lights out third base and stuff, second base. He got hurt. He's out for a while. I love the guy. He's like Lindor Jr. He's just smiling. He makes sometimes I sit here and think the Mets with their lineup through June without the big boys in there, Pilar, Villar, Peraza at second base, Billy McKinney, who they got from the Brewers, I believe. He's a center fielder, but he's been playing right field for them. He's provided some pop for them. These young guys that are in their mid-20s, been in the major leagues a few years, but they're taking advantage of this chance, and the Mets pitching it's held it together. Their relief pitching, they got Lugo back, Seth Lugo. He's lights out. Edwin Diaz is just as advertised 3 years
All
ago.
right.
Mariners.
No, sounds like you're rooting for a couple young teams there, Dirk. So
Yep.
James comments a little bit ago. Say it ain't so. I guess he's talking about DeGrom getting lit up the other night. So gives up 2 runs.
Say it ain't so, Joe.
He's still under 0.6 or something like that. So
Yeah, it's sick.
What's
He's gonna
moving
get
on?
one.
yeah, he's just the freak right now. So moving on. So the other day, Thursday or something it was, I believe. The pitcher for the Seattle Mariners,
Santiago.
yes, gets tossed for being the first guy with sticky substance on his glove. What's your thoughts on that? They took the glove, they wrapped it up, they shipped it off. Sounds like he's going to appeal the suspension. So, what do you think, Dirk? What have you heard?
Well, these guys have had advance notice, and we've discussed the sticky substance a little bit, and I think we're all in agreement. There needs to be something done. A lot of hitters would say they would like pitchers to have more control of the balls they throw when it's sweaty and hot and humid. So,
well, I know I wouldn't want to get a hit by a 90 to 100 mile an hour fastball.
That's why this spitball is illegal, because you can't control it where it goes, and everybody agrees on that, but Santiago, he's going to be suspended and stuff for the 10 days. He's saying he's innocent. So
of course they are.
I think he's going to go through the appeal process.
Yeah, it's already been reported he's going to appeal it.
He'll still play till they do the appeal and they do that stuff, And the Mariners are kind of coming on. Where's Tim tonight? They're over 500. He's like, he must be embarrassed or something that they're playing well.
No, I don't know, but yeah, I think we agree. I think the hitters all agree. I don't know why Manfred and MLB thinks they need to be checking people right now, at least. I mean, if you're going to make changes, make it in the off season. So
yeah, it was funny, like the Scherzer and Girardi thing last week. That was funny. And who is?
And then what was it? Romo drops his pants, and
who was the guy that dropped his pants? But a couple of guys that just totally dropped their pants without realizing what they're doing. But he did it realizing what he was doing.
Exactly.
And it's like, I don't know. I'm like, all right, guys, the pitchers. Maybe the umpires need to do it subtly before the pitcher comes out to the mound. But, of course, all the networks, look at this. So they're right on it,
Yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, like James said, Santiago's a good guy. I don't know if I believe him. Until they come out and say what they found on the glove, I guess we have to believe them. Again, you're proven innocent, or you're innocent until proven guilty. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, so we'll see where that goes. I hope it doesn't change baseball too much. I mean, pitchers need some kind of control, some kind of grip. Those balls are slippery, and
I think
throwing at 100 miles an hour, I don't want to get hit.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to kind of sort of roll with it. There really hasn't been the majority of the pitchers have said, okay, they kind of joke around a little bit about it. That's why some of the guys pull their pants down. It's just, they're making fun of it, and we did discuss last week about Glasnow admitting that he used stuff and he stopped using it because of that, and that's why he hurt his arm. So they, they'll figure it out, I think. Baseball probably should have waited till the end of the season and then had discussions with everybody and then came up with some, because you got to figure out something other than rosin, because rosin doesn't work when it's humid. And if it's too dry, it doesn't stick to your fingers. I was a bowler for a lot of years. Rosin's an important part of bowling. And in the bowling alley, some nights the rosin wouldn't stick and your fingers would slip on the ball. Rosin's a pretty sticky substance when the temperature and the humidity are right. That's why it's been used widely in sports. Other athletes use it. So there needs to be something. Why doesn't MLB get together with pitchers and maybe some of these companies that make this stuff come up with something? Is this consistently 30% tactile, on your fingers? So you have a feel, but not so sticky you're gonna put too much
extra rub on it. No, you're right. So James, our good viewer here, he put a odd message on the board. Comment, I mean. Odd when Angel Hernandez was giving Trevor Bauer a hand massage yesterday. Haha. I'm surprised the umps didn't check him to see if he put anything in his hands. So, yeah.
The key word there is Angel Hernandez.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I don't know how or why he is still an umpire in the major leagues. It seems like he's got a problem with he's got a huge problem with Texas. I see it every time he's here. There's something, and I know it's not just the Rangers.
maybe he's got money. Maybe he's got money on the games. I don't know.
Well, he's been in the league a long time, and I think his seniority gives him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt about stuff. But when an umpire gets too controversial,
time to walk away.
The best umpires are the ones you don't notice.
Yep, exactly.
And as a coach, if I didn't notice the home plate umpire or the second base umpire the whole game, I'm always, dude, good game.
Yep, exactly.
Great game. And that's it. They're not there for personal glory. The ones that you get known for, the guys that do it 30 years and you just see them. Who was the old guy, Joe West? I think he just set the record,
something like
800 million games or something, He's 68, but he's been doing it. And he's a very well-respected umpire. Angel Hernandez is not. I do not like him.
Yeah. No, I get it. We all don't like certain umpires. So with that being said, our next topic, moving towards the All-Star game. Chris, you got the slide I sent you or you made? Yeah, James just chimes in, Angel and Joe's got to go. So maybe that might be a slogan. Angel and Joe's got to go. Angel and Joe's. So
yeah, I'm still trying to look for that, a good source, but I'm sorry about that.
Okay, no problem. I can pull it up here.
Okay.
So I don't know, Dirk, if you've seen it. I don't have the access to, but I got the list of players here. Give me a second to load it. Now, about the All-Star while I'm loading this thing, is it something that needs to be changed? Is it, good the way it is? What do you think?
The way the All-Star game is run and everything?
Yeah. You happy the way it is? Or
generally, I like, out of the four major sports, I like baseball's All-Star game the best because it's the closest to a real game.
Yeah.
You can play it. Okay. Do you have it?
Yeah. No, you're exactly right. It's the closest thing. So I got the list here. So we'll start with catching in the AL. You got Salvador Perez, Martin Mandiago from Houston, and the White Sox Grandal catching. Who would you take out of that group? Yeah, who would you take out of that group?
Salvador Perez. He's if you took Yachty out of the Cardinals, out of the conversation, Yachty or Molina, Salvador Perez, he's the best. And he's a little bit of an old school kind of because he's huge. He's 6'5", but he has the reflexes of a freaking cat. He guns down runners. He's a great hitter. 30 bombs every year, 280 plus batting average. He handles the pitchers. He's in the American League, he's the best catcher. He really is. All around, he's Grandal is really, really good. He came up through the Dodgers organization, and he was a catcher for them for a few years. He's good. I think he's gotten better as a hitter. He always had a little, but he's also defensively a good catcher. Now, as I was watching the Royals this weekend, I did see a game on TV where Salvador Perez was a DH, and I don't know what the guy's name is. There it is. But the Royals' second string catcher, that guy's going to be a star. He's got a freaking rocket arm. he was throwing the ball all over the field, pickoffs at first, pickoffs at third, gunning guys at second base.
No, I don't think that's the current one there, Chris. I don't think that's. Yeah, I don't think that's the breakdown of the finalists.
No,
I can't read the names.
You got Jorge Polanco for one.
Yeah, so I don't think that's right. So, thanks for the work, Chris. I got it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
We'll
Anyway, so moving over to first base, we got Val Guerrero Jr. We got Yair. Sorry, I can't. The Houston first baseman.
Oh,
and then Jose
Gurriel.
Abreu from
the Cuban guy.
Yeah. So who do you take between those three? Abreu's the White Sox guy. I'm going Val.
Yeah, Vlad. God, he's having a monster year.
Yeah.
The young man is strong.
I think between him and
he's a great hitter. He's a big guy, though. I hope he takes care of himself.
Yep.
He's 22, but it looks like he has the propensity to be bigger.
Yeah.
So, but as he's only got to get better. But if he keeps himself in shape, and his dad was a beast. I watched him when he was here with the Rangers.
Yeah, I just saw a stat between the two too, between senior and junior, that through the same amount of time in games, they had the same amount of stats, except the junior's batting average was better. So
yeah,
there's dad. So second base, we got Marcus Simmons from Toronto, Jose Altuve from Houston, and DJ LeMahieu from the Yankees. Sorry if I'm butchering these names. So
LeMahieu
having
a bad year, and he picked the wrong time to have a bad year.
Yeah,
every year. Wasn't he a Twin at one point?
Who?
LeMahieu, or was he on the Brewers?
I think it was the Brewers. Twins didn't have him.
Yeah. For some odd reason, he's not old enough to be falling off yet. He's just having a bad year. He's like 29.
I hate to do it, but I'm gonna go with Altuve at second.
Yeah, I'm going with Altuve as well. And him and his Astros have been red freaking hot. I've always loved Altuve. I don't know if you or anybody else watching us saw like 3 or 4 years ago the documentary about him, and it was amazing what he does for his family and his village.
Yeah. And
one thing as well, when he was doing the documentary, he called over this kid, that was like 17 years old, and he said, "This guy's going to be my shortstop on the Astros in a couple of years." And it was Carlos Correa as a 17-year-old.
Wow, nice.
And but he's small, but he's a baseball player. I'm really tired of the accusations of the cheating and stuff. Let it go. They did it. They got carried away. But Altuve, man, dude's like 5'6", and he hits 30 bombs a year. You can't play a better second base than he does. 300 hitter. Right now, he's a Hall of Famer. If his career ended today, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, so James chimes in. DJ was a Rocky before a Yankee. So thank you with that. So at short, we got Alexander Borat from Boston.
Oh, Xander.
Yeah.
No.
Him, Bo Bichette from the Blue Jays, and Carlos Correa from Houston. So who you taking? I like Bo Bichette. I think I'm going to take. I would take Bo Bichette at short.
I'm going to go with Xander Bogaerts.
Okay.
From the Red Sox, playing his ass off. Bo Bichette is good, and he started to come on hitting lately. His batting average isn't where he'd like it, and of course we all remember Daddy Dante with that his home run stroke when he finished. He'd give the muscle like that, but he was a great player. And who was the other guy you mentioned?
Carlos Correa from Houston.
Correa. He's having a good year, but it's not what they expect of him. But the Astros are doing great. It's probably the Boston fan in me saying Xander.
Okay. No,
I mean, every other day, game-winning hit, diving catch.
That is true.
He's just, and him and Correa are sort of the same age. Correa may be a year or two older, but they're both in that 27, 29 range where they got 5 solid years left. And we're going to see some great baseball for them.
Yeah, so we got at third, we got Rafael Devers from Boston. Alex Berkman.
Devers?
Okay, Devers. Alex Berkman from Houston and Jan Montro from Montiel, I'm sorry, from the White Sox. I'm staying away from the White Sox guy because I can't stand the White Sox. So I'm going with Devers from Boston as my all-star.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Devers. I know that dude on the White Sox is really good. I
can't vote for a White Sox guy.
Honestly, everybody is overlooking the White Sox.
Oh, yeah, we all are.
Everybody is.
Yep.
And that's a freaking good team, and we're all just dismissing them because they're the White Sox, and they got 95-year-old Tony La Russa as the manager.
So now we're moving to the outfield. Of course, they group them all together. So first was Mike Trout, but I heard he is out past the All-Star game.
He is out.
But he still might get voted in. Aaron Judge, Buxton, Michael Bradley, Garcia from Texas, Hernandez from Toronto, Mullins from Baltimore, Alex Verdugo from Boston. Randall Gucha from Toronto are your outfielders.
Oh, Krychek?
Yeah, Krychek. There you go. I'm sorry. And I mean, healthy-wise, or if health was a factor, I would go Trout, Judge, Buxton. But, I mean, Judge, I think, is in for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And is going to play. Buxton will probably get voted in because Twins need a representative. But I think
he's
Garcia,
hurt now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's back hurt again, but he's supposed to be coming back. But I think Garcia, I think he's going to probably get voted in as a starter or play, I should say. And I'll go with Bradley. Bradley from Houston.
Yeah, Bradley.
I don't think Trout's going to play and Buxton might not play. So that's my starting outfielders. What about you there, Dirk?
Well, to me, the voted in guys would be Trout center field.
Yep.
Let's put Garcia in right from the Rangers and put Brantley in left. From the Astros. Brantley is tearing the cover off the ball.
Okay.
He's been one of these guys that has the ability, but he has an injury history. But he hasn't been hurt. He's hitting. I think he's hitting 320, got 15 bombs, 50 RBIs, and he's and actually all 3 of these guys that I mentioned, they're actually center fielders. They can hit the ball. And so Verdugo is a good choice, if you want to put a number 4 in there.
So you're saying Judge not going to get voted in as a starter, huh? I know you're not a Yankee fan, so that's probably biased there.
No, Judge. Yeah, all the Yankee fans, they'll vote him in.
Oh yeah, he'll get voted.
He's got a lot of home runs, and he's sort of kind of held them together a little bit, but his batting average isn't great. I think he's just an average defender. In an all-star game, I want to see a guy, really, I would love to see 3 center fielders in all 3 outfield positions. I want to see guys go get the ball.
Yep.
That's what the all-star game is about,
I'm with you on that. So American League has the DH. and I don't think we have a question here who's going to be in. Olatani, Martinez from Boston, or Alvarez from Houston.
Hi, domo arigato. You
Yeah.
know,
I think we can agree on that. I think we can
JD
agree on
Martinez
Ohtani.
to be on the bench. But man, he hit another bomb today. You know, I started paying attention to his stats. I thought he was a smaller guy. The dude's 6'4", 210 pounds. I did not realize. I thought he was like a 6 foot, 185 guy.
Oh,
he's a big dude.
Yeah.
And he does have that Japanese style of hitting, much like who played for the Mariners for years, Irabu. Not Irabu. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Ichiro, that's right.
Yeah.
Today they were showing his batting on MLB.com on TV.
Okay.
So I was really watching his stuff. He picks up his left foot. He really cranks in on his right. He gets on his right toe. He cranks in the right knee, and they kind of sway. But when he turns his wrists right at contact, it's a real snap. It's real.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Your body's going into the ball, but he's kind of doing that Japanese style step and swing. So that because he's a left-handed hitter and he's going to first, but his wrists, when he makes contact,
snaps them.
The camera almost can't even capture the snap he has right at that point of contact. So he's got his body of 210 pounds. His legs are into it, but his wrist, it's the wrist snap that enables him to get that 450-foot blast. You know, and he, during the home run derby, which he's in, you know, he can just sit there and do the same thing over and over and over. And it's effortless for him. He may hit 30 home runs.
I think right now he's my favorite to win. So moving to the National League. This might be a big position here for the National League. Buster Posey catching. Molina and Wilson Contreras from the Cubs. Who do you got?
I love me some Buster Posey, man.
I do too.
That guy, he's getting up there in years a little bit, but man, he is a catcher. Now Contreras on the Cubs, he's a little younger. He'll probably get a little better. He's awesome. But when you say Yadier Molina, you know, you say Yadier Molina and Johnny Bench in the same breath.
Yeah, I got to go with Molina. I think Molina should get the call there. So at first base, we got Max Muncy from the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman from the Braves, and Rizzo from the Cubs.
Okay, yeah, none of them are beating my guy.
Yeah,
Polar Bear.
Yeah, but those are the finalists. So
Rizzo.
I gotta go with Max from the Dodgers. You know,
I hear that.
Yeah. So let's see. Second base, we got Baez from the Braves. Ozzie.
Yep.
Adam Frazier from Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And Garvin Lux from the Dodgers. I'm gonna go with Ozzie from the Braves. I think he's got my vote.
Okay.
What about you, Derek? What do you say?
Baez. All day.
All right.
The things he does, and he plays a lot of shortstop for the Cubs too.
Yep.
And
for the Braves, you mean?
No, Javier Baez from the Cubs.
Oh, Baez is that short. I'm talking about
Ozzie, they got listed as a shortstop.
Yeah, they
okay, because
so Ozzie from the Braves, Ozzie,
Acuna, not Albides.
Yeah, that's what I took.
Him or that Frazier from the Pirates.
Okay.
He's Pirates are not a good team.
Yeah, speaking of that, I know it's a jinx to talk about it, but they're throwing a no right now. So
Well, they
So
don't
shorts-
know we're talking about it.
yeah, exactly. So at shortstop, I don't think this is going to be much of a debate. Freddie Tatis Jr., Baez at the Cubs, or Crawford from the Giants.
Oh man.
Tatis is
That
turned
is-
on. He's got my vote.
Honestly, to me, that's hard because each guy has a different skill set.
Yep.
Okay. Tatis, what's he gonna do in 5 years? And Baez, that guy, if I could tell my team that I coach to watch one baseball player, watch him, because his baseball IQ is out the roof. Plus, super hitter, super fielder, great base runner and stuff. And then I've always loved Crawford as a Giants. I think he's always left out of the conversation. And you look at him every year, he's won Gold Gloves. He's a really good hitter. Nobody talks about him. And he does the same thing every freaking year. 280,
you're right.
90, 25 home runs, Gold Glove caliber shortstop. He's wild ass looking with the hair and everything, which I love. Man, shortstop. I'll take all three.
Okay.
There we go. I'm going
I'll
to
take
get
all three.
myself out of this.
All right. So at third base might be a little bit of talker. Chris Bryant, I know he's been playing a lot of right, but he's at third. Nolan going back home from the Cardinals, and Turner. So Justin Turner from the Dodgers.
Oh,
I'm gonna go with the St. Louis guy just because get a little rebound for getting traded. So that's what I'll take.
Yeah, Nolan Arenado all day.
Yeah.
Justin Turner is really good, but he's not Nolan Arenado.
No, exactly.
He's
So-
he's the next Met, and he's got a big red beard.
Yeah. So outfield, Acuna Jr.,
Mm-hmm.
Nick Cassidy
Castellanos.
from the Reds. Yep. Jesse Wicker from the Reds. Betts from the Dodgers. Taylor from the Dodgers. Juan Soto from the Nationals. Harper from Philly. Peterson from the Cubs. And Yastrzemski from the Giants. I gotta go with Acuna. Acuna's been just, probably most consistent all year, I think. So
Yeah, it's unlike the American League, the National League doesn't have the big time center fielders.
nope.
They got the corner outfielders. Cunha, I think, is
Betts.
one. Bryce Harper in right field, I'm going to say, because he's having a really good year.
Okay. Okay.
And center field, I like the Yastrzemski kid just because who his grandfather is.
Yep. No, exactly.
And he's a baseball guy, and he's really good for the Giants. Jock Peterson, he's a really good center fielder, but he hits home runs, but he's not a high batting average guy. Who else? Who else was there in there?
Chris Taylor from the Dodgers. The two Cincinnati guys. Those are the three outfielders there.
Yeah, it's Chris Taylor. I think he needs another year or two. He's really young.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cunha, Betts, and Soto from Washington.
Yeah, probably I would go with Mookie Betts. He's starting to come on now. He had a bad start to the year, but he's Mookie Betts.
Right now, who's gonna be batting for the Mets? Right now, they don't have an all-star guy. I mean, we know DeGrom's getting in, so we'll take pictures out of it. But what guy do you think is going to get in?
I think Pete's going to get in there. Hopefully the New York fans get in there. He's actually starting to heat up, hitting and everything. His defense has really improved. He's a very good defensive first baseman now, and he's on pace for 35 or so home runs.
Okay.
You can't put his rookie year on him. Anytime a guy hits 50 bombs, don't expect that to happen again. May or may
Brady
not.
Anderson about that one.
Yeah, Brady Anderson. That's the most.
For me, Buxton might get voted in, but I think the Twins should be represented by Cruz. So
Cruz, definitely.
Yeah.
And
so we got about 10, 15 minutes left. Our last topic, we're going to do a little fantasy draft. You're going to be the Mets. I'm going to be the Twins. We're going to draft our favorite lineup for each position throughout the history of our team.
History of the team. All right.
Yeah. So the criteria is that the player has to at least played at least one game or a few games in the organization. So Dirk, who do you got? Who's your top two starters on the mound?
Well, Tom Seaver, Jacob deGrom, ain't no doubts about it.
I'm gonna have to go.
I don't know if you can name two better ones.
That's true. I'm gonna go with two guys I've seen: Bly Levin and Frankie B. I think would be my two.
Yep.
Two guys.
Remember what's his name on ESPN used to call Bert Bly Levin? Bert be home by 11.
Yeah. So who do you got? Who do you got coming in to close out the game for the? Who's your closer?
John Franco.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with Everyday Eddie. Even though he scared me a lot, I think got to go with him. So
not Rick Aguilera.
Yeah, I don't know. Aguilera was good. So was Nathan. I don't know. Eddie just seemed. Maybe Eddie more of a setup man. Maybe I would go with Nathan, as a closer. So
Aguilera.
We've actually had some pretty decent closers. So behind the plate, who you got?
Piazza.
Okay. I'm going to go with the guy that I think had all the baseball skills in him and should have been the leader, even though he was more outspoken. I'm going to go with Joe Mauer.
Yes, very good baseball player.
Yes.
I love Joe Mauer.
The guy got all the talent in the world and grounded into probably more of the 6-4-3 double plays that I've ever seen. So
I think a lot of sports writers and people that really aren't baseball fans undervalued him.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, he hit 20 home runs, so he should be a home run hitter. No, he hits 20 home runs, and he hits 300.
Exactly. So,
and he was a great catcher, and he was also a very good first baseman.
No, he was serviceable at first. So, speaking of first, who's your first baseman?
Let's see.
I got a lot of choices. This is going to be tough for me.
Well, I got one for you, and you'll probably agree. But let me see. The Mets, first base. Let me go over the years because they did have a Rolodex. Let's go with Pete right now.
Okay.
It's not Pete, John Olerud.
I'm tossed between a few guys at first. And I know one guy played third, so I might save him. I'm going to go Justin Morneau at first. I think he was a lot better there than Herbeck. And I know you're probably thinking Killebrew, but I think Killebrew played third too, so that's where he's going to be at.
Oh, I forgot about Killebrew. Oh, my God. 500 home runs, dude.
Yeah. Second base, who you got?
Second base for me, some of the guys I would want to pick didn't play there so long.
Well, they played there. That's all that counts.
I know. Okay, Roberto Alomar.
Okay. I'm going probably the only guy that I could go with, Rod Crew.
Yep.
So, shortstop, who you got?
Who do I got? Geez. Doom. Lindor's been there for 2 months. Rafael Santana won a World Series.
There you go.
And we all love Buddy Harrelson. Jose Reyes.
Okay.
You know,
I'm gonna go with Greg Agney.
Gagne.
Yeah, the guy just has so much range. I mean,
Oh my
skinny
God.
little guy. So, all right, moving over to third base. Who you got at third there, bud?
That's the Mets' Achilles heel. I'm going to go with Hojo, Howard Johnson.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah,
Yep.
I've already said it.
was
I'm going with Killebrew at third. I think he played a little bit there. So, all right.
500 home runs.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Can't sneeze at that.
nope. All right. Left field. Who you got? It could be any outfielder, I guess.
Left field. Let me see. Going back to my 70s, my 80s Mets. Let's see.
Oh, Pittsburgh got a hit. They did not get no hit tonight.
Oh, good for them.
Yep.
Let me, because I'm having a brain fart here. Kevin McReynolds.
Okay.
For
I'm gonna go with
5 years. Yeah.
Gonna go with one of our many center fielders, and he did play left. I'm gonna go with Torrey Hunter.
What?
Yeah, Torrey Hunter and left. Who you
KP?
playing?
No,
who you playing in center?
Kirby?
Maybe.
Played center.
I know.
Won the World Series.
I know. Don't worry.
Ooh.
I got two other positions. So
He played his whole career with the Twins.
yeah, I know. So who you got in center?
Oh, okay. The one and only number 24, Willie Mays.
Yep. No, I'm gonna go with the young guy, even though he gets hurt
Met.
in center. I'm gonna go with Buxton. The kid can fly.
Mm-hmm.
So out and right, who you got in right field?
Let's see. Who's in right then? Okay, I'm going to reach way back and go to the 70s Mets and let's say Legrand Orange, Rusty Stone.
So, okay. For me, in right field, I'm gonna put Puckett. You know, I can't do a Twins team without Puckett. I could have put him in left. I could have put him in center.
What about oh God, his name's right on the tip of my tongue. Hit a lot of home runs.
Tom Bernansky.
Huh?
Tom Bernansky.
Nope. In the 80s. Oh God, I liked him too. He was good.
Well, we have Bernansky there. Don Baylor.
No, he was like a Latin black dude or something.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're thinking of. I can't think of his name right now.
He was great.
Got a couple comments here. Gonzalez said the Twins outfield should be Puckett, Hunter, and Killebrew. Can't argue there. His Mets outfield would be Strawberry, Beltran, and Mays. I kind of like Strawberry.
Okay.
So who would be a couple bench guys you would have?
Let me switch Straw with Rusty Staub. Beltran was good, but he didn't play for the Mets that long.
Yeah. So coming off the bench, who would be a couple of your big bats you'd have off the bench late innings?
Oh man. This is for Mets fans only, probably. In the 80s, Danny Heap, utility infielder, had 3 or 4 really good years. Danny Heap,
What about Carter?
Justin Turner, he was one of them guys. He was a starter, then a bench player, then starter, and then the Mets gave him to the Dodgers, and they just let him take over. And he did what he did with the Mets. Pretty good defense, pretty good offense. The Mets just never let him hold on to it. He's a 280, 25 home runs, slightly above average defense, but a team player. It's the guy you want on your team.
For me, coming off the bench, I would have to take Michael Kadire. The guy can play anywhere. The guy could hit.
Kadire.
Yeah, another guy. Not much of a home run hitter, but I've always liked Al Newman, switch hitter. He only had one career home run. So, that's my team.
What about the guy that played center field for you guys, for Al? Dan, white guy.
Dan Gladden?
Dan
Gladden?
Yeah.
He was over left. He was a good leadoff hitter.
He was a hustle guy.
Oh, yeah.
But he'd pop you a bomb here and there, and
exactly. No, he would be definitely a good one.
Yeah,
James is chiming in. Ventura and Wally Backman off the bench. Tony Oliva off the bench. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Wally Backman.
Wally Backman. I've seen a lot of clips of him coaching, and man, when the guy gets on fire, he gets on fire. He's been throwing out so many games. He's got a short temper. So, you guys want to check out some
organization for a while. I don't know if he still is, because he also had a little bit of some kind of issue go on. I thought when he was a manager, I thought that's the guy. But he's just like he was as a player. He's a fireball. He don't take shit, and he's probably stepping on too many toes.
He is. So, but no, it's always fun to watch a manager blow up.
Oh yeah,
with that being said, we're over that hour mark. Dirk, you got any final thoughts coming up this week about your Mets or the Rangers or baseball in general?
Well, I'm anxious to see how because we did have a guy get suspended, how the pitching substance thing goes on. I think they need to work on it and not go crazy with it. Don't throw guys out of games right and left. Work on it. Do something to fix it, because the batters are for it. They want it too. So it's not something like a spitball where everybody says, well, no, because nobody knows where that's going, and this is it's something they can do. They can find something that works, a little better than rosin, something that's better than rosin,
exactly. No, I got you. So also, I just want to remind everybody that we're doing a giveaway at the end of the month for the month of July. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You'll be put in the drawing again. 31st of July, you'll get. We'll pull a name. Hopefully, it's yours. Thanks for everybody that's watching. I'm looking forward to the Twins White Sox series. Right now, it's 7-5 White Sox, bottom of 7.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, the Twins can start catching some games there. I also want to say thanks to Chris behind the scenes for what all he's done for us and the network. With that being said, check me out tomorrow on Sports Minute with Adam and J-Mac. And then after that, I think we're going to take the weekend off for 4th of July. So everybody have a great 4th of July, and we'll see you next Tuesday on the Deck.
Okay. Let's go, Bets.